name is Pattie, P-A-T-T-I-E, Spear, S-P-E-E-R.
Perfect. So, Pattie, tell me, before we kind of talk about the damage, tell me a little bit about your family has some properties and business and things over there, right?
Well, just to kind of preface, when I was 17 years old, we built a boat and we cruised the world, half of the world anyway, for about 2 years and ended up in Hawaii. So my family has now been in Hawaii for 50 years. And that's going to give you an idea of how old I am. I'm a little bit older than that. And so we started a business there. And well, actually 50 years is how long we've been in business. We've actually been in Hawaii a little longer than that. Do you want me to get it?
No, you're good.
So, yes, our family business is Trilogy Excursions. We do sailboat charters out of Lahaina and have done that for 50 years. And we just had our 50th anniversary party in May, which John and I went over to celebrate, and it was wonderful. And so Lahaina is where my children were raised. It's where my children learned to swim. It's where my mom lived until she died. And we still had my mom's place. We had my parents' original house that my niece and nephew were in the process of buying. And so a lot of history in Lahaina. That's really where I consider to be my hometown.
Tell me, when did you first learn about what's going on over
Just
there?
this morning. I'm trying to remember. We got a message from somebody if we'd heard about the fires on Maui, and we hadn't heard anything about it. Now, Maui does have fires in the summertime especially, so it's not unusual. But usually they are just brush fires that maybe cross the road and things like that. Not usually ones that create or cause a lot of damage. So this was really unexpected for this to happen.
And tell me, what are you seeing as far as the images? Y'all are losing stuff, right?
It is devastating. It is really devastating. My mother lived in a place called Puamana, which is just south of Lahaina. It's about a mile long, and it's my favorite place on earth. It has all burned down. My niece and her husband that live in the house that my parents had, they lost the whole neighborhood. Everything has burned down. I mean, from Puamana this is for people who have gone to Maui that know what it's like. Puamana all the way through Lahaina. I'm not sure how far down, and then up the hill. And it's just, if you look at the pictures, it's like a bomb went off. It's just absolutely horrible. My niece said they got out with the clothes on their back. So they've lost everything. And the harbor is gone. The banyan tree is gone. The Baldwin House, which is one of the oldest buildings in Hawaii, is gone. The Pioneer Inn, which is another historic building, is gone. Just everything in Lahaina right now is gone. And they can rebuild, but it's not going to bring back that historic flavor.
Being somewhere that's so, that's close to your heart and important to your family, so much history there. I mean, what goes through your head at this point the more you see of these images?
I was talking to my brother this morning, and I absolutely felt sick to my stomach. I almost thought I was going to throw up, but I'm not really easily queasied. This is my home. And I know I'm speaking for a lot of people that consider Maui home or that do live there. This is so devastating for such a beautiful, beautiful place. And these people, these are hardworking, regular people, not just the rich and famous, there are those too, that have lost everything. So they've not only lost their homes, but they've lost their businesses. All the businesses are wiped out in Lahaina. So they've lost their livelihood, probably their cars, their pets, everything. They've lost everything. And I'm just sick at heart. I am really sick. So I can smile, but it's with a tear in my eye. So.
You mentioned the cell service. It has been tough for a lot of people. What have you heard from friends and family, if anything?
Talking to my brother, he was cutting in and out. He has no electricity. The cell towers are down, but they can get spotty cell service. It's very spotty. And I was just listening to the governor do a press conference, and they said the lines, everything got burned, and so it's going to be a while till people can communicate, and that's one of the problems. As my brother said, we're giving him information in a way that he can't get because they don't have access to information. So they're very cut off in many ways right now.
And I assume they had to evacuate. Where did they have to go, or where did they?
I'm not sure where everybody went. If you understand Lahaina, there's one road to the main part, to the middle of the island where the airport is. If that road's cut off, you're stuck on that side of the island. So there is a National Guard armory there, and there's a big gym, and of course there are hotels, and I'm sure, and there's also, one of the schools burned up, so I don't think that would be it. But they do have some areas where they are evacuating people to, but I'm sure it's pretty grim. And I do know that they said that so far they had 6 fatalities, but I think that's probably a low number until they assess all the damage. So.
Is there anything else you can think of?
I am just so sad. I am so sad. My husband knows. He feels the same way. My very favorite place in the world is at Puamana in Lahaina. And I've been to a lot of places, but there is no place that I would rather be, and that place is gone. And it won't ever be the same. And I am so sad and heartbroken for my family. Our business office is gone. The harbor is gone. Our boats have survived. But this is just, economically, they have just started recovering from COVID. So they've just started getting back on track, and it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be really tough, but I am very sad. And I think probably, it takes me a while to kind of process this, so I know that I'm still numb. So you're talking to me numb. But yeah, just great sadness.
You get 2 shot.
So we can just talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.